Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambo channel. Chart analysts have been saying it's decision time for XRP price movement for, I don't know, roughly a couple weeks now. Just because that much time has passed doesn't mean they're wrong. I get it, we've been mostly range-bound over the time period, but it doesn't necessarily mean that they're wrong. And it's curious that all of a sudden, out of nowhere, this much attention is being paid to XRP, and so many chart analysts are saying so many things. I don't suppose it's the case that they're all copying one another here. And so, just because a couple weeks have passed, and XRP, yeah, it's volatile just because crypto's volatile, but I mean, as far as volatility goes within crypto, once XRP moved from the recent low of 32 cents up to 55 cents, other than that, and went back down a bit, but after that, we haven't seen that much. It's been pretty range-bound, right? For 2 freaking weeks, or whatever it's been. It's somewhere in that neighborhood, I'm sure. But just because that much time has passed doesn't mean that they're wrong. And, I'm sure for some it may feel like an eternity living through this. But, zooming out on a chart will show you, what a short time period this really has been. It's a big nothing. And so to us, it feels like, what? It's symmetrical triangle. There's supposed to be a breakout one way or another. Why has it not happened yet? Well, because it's been 2 weeks and that's nothing. XRP's been around over a decade, right? And it's been traded for almost that long. So, XRP will not stay here forever. That much is a certainty, right? XRP will not stay at this range, at this level, it's not going to stay range bound here forever. And many expect a dramatic move to happen in relatively short order still. So we'll see what happens. So I want to talk about that and a couple other things, including this article, which I found really interesting because it was in line with what I firmly believe and have been discussing on and off, just as like a general approach to investing in crypto. And the whole time I've been in crypto, but the whole time I've been running this YouTube channel, which this December is going to be 4 years. Man, time flies when you're having a good time. But here's the headline from this article from the Daily Huddle. Bitcoin could be trading at generational bottom amid once-in-a-lifetime correction, according to analysts. So plenty to discuss here, but before going further, I do want to be clear, I do not have a financial background of any kind. I am not offering financial advice, and you definitely should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. I'm just an enthusiast who enjoys making YouTube videos about crypto-related topics, but just as a hobby and just for fun. As I record this, XRP is just a hair shy of 50 cents, and it did break above 50 cents for just a very short period of time within the last 24 hours, and then went a little bit back below it. Bitcoin's at $20,352. Market cap for the asset class, $997 billion, though we did peak briefly above that $1 trillion mark. That's always a good time. Bitcoin dominance at 39.13%. Crypto fear and greed index 26 out of 100. So now people are not in extreme fear. Hallelujah, praise that Jesus. Now they're just in fear, plain old fear. But it's not extreme, so, that's an improvement or something, I'm told. Now, I did want to mention this too. I bought more crypto today. Yes, I did. I bought some more HBAR. And I haven't bought XRP in about 2 years, and I've explained why, but just in case you're new and you've not yet heard it, the short explanation is that I went on a little bit of an XRP spending spree after dollar cost averaging into XRP for a number of years. About 2 years ago, I started making some, what I would subjectively say for me were larger purchases. And it got to the point where I realized that if I did not stop purchasing XRP, my very favorite crypto on the entire damn planet, I have a serious problem. So eventually I decided to stop purchasing XRP. It's still my largest holding. It's still my very favorite cryptocurrency, but I've been buying other stuff since then. And since markets went back down, we never had a true crazy alt season, over the last year like we did in late 2017 and early 2018, which is what I'm still waiting for people to go bonkers. And I'm happy to. I will patiently wait. It's fine. It didn't happen yet. Okay, cool. But since the market gave us lower prices. And so I was like, okay, well, my bags were already packed, but I can go ahead and top off a little bit. So I started topping off on HBAR and a little bit of Algo, but mostly since May I've been purchasing HBAR. And it got to the point where, as the tweet on your screen indicates, I am now officially up after buying HBAR again at 5.8 cents today. I am now up just a little over 100% in my HBAR holdings since May of this year. So I doubled my holdings by just kind of from time to time purchasing HBAR in what I already considered my topped off bags to be. So there it is. So now I'm done purchasing HBAR. It's over. Unless the market gives us way discounted HBAR, like say Bitcoin crashes, all crypto markets crash, and if H bars cut down to like 3 or 4 cents or something like that, okay, then I'll start to feel enticed again. Then I would legitimately be excited for that. Outside of that, it's highly unlikely that I'll purchase H bar again. You know, I mean, unless it's in like a subsequent market cycle or something like that. Like say it's worth way more and then I finally sell and then it craters back down 80 or 90%, which you see in crypto all the time. Okay, that would be one thing. Otherwise, I'm done. Like I'm done with it because I reached the same point with H bar I reached with XRP. If I don't stop buying, I have a problem. So I'm going to buy other stuff and I'm looking at buying some more Algorand. That'll probably be the next thing I buy more than I probably should have, but relatively speaking, but you know what, I gotta do something with my stupid fiat currency, right? So I just thought I'd share that with you, but I'm not afraid. I just wanted to share with you, and it kind of goes, it'll perfectly kind of bring home the point that I'm going to just kind of harp on a little bit when we get to that Daily Hodl article, because I don't know if we're going to see way lower prices for XRP. I don't know if we're going to see XRP in the 20 cent region again or in the teens again. What if it is worth 15 cents? I also don't know if H bar is going to go, today it's worth 5.8 cents. What if it does go to 3 cents? Or hell, what if it even goes lower? Well, I don't know that stuff, but I'm just telling you, I will be there for it. If that happens, I know it's going to scare the hell out of everyone. It will not scare me. Because, it's invariably what's going to happen. If that happens, it'll be because stock market's crashing too. Nothing to do with long-term viability. People are being stupid and irrational. And if you get afraid, just come here. I can't tell you to buy or sell or hold. I will not do that. I would never assume that responsibility. I have no interest in that. But I can, if you're feeling a little bit fearful ever about markets doing what they're doing, come on by, and Uncle Moon Lambo may be able to help you out. Maybe it'll be story time around the fire with Uncle Moon Lambo again. Because this stuff just doesn't scare me. It does the opposite. It excites me. When I was newer to crypto, I did find it to be a bit scary. But I got to a point where it's not difficult for me at this point. I let the logic win. It just does, because that's what makes sense. I see, and I've been following this so closely for 5 years, and I'm not I am not pretending to be some sort of internet guru. I am nothing of the sort. I'm a regular dude. But regular people can figure this stuff out. You don't have to be a guru. I hate the messaging. Like, you have to pay somebody for a course because they're the internet guru. They're almost all fake gurus, by the way. No. You don't need that. You don't even have to buy a course from anybody. And not that they're all bad. I'm not saying that. But I'm saying you can figure this stuff out on your own. You do not need to be some sort of wizard to achieve life-changing wealth. It just understands some very basic things. And if you can control your emotions, you're good. And so that's why I'm saying, like, even if it goes down, I will be here for that. I've got so much fiat, a lot more than I should have right now, and inflation's eating it away. But I want it ready at a moment's notice, just in case things drop way lower. So if you're ever fearful about that, you can always stop by here. Like, I promise you, even at the depths of the lowest bear market you could ever imagine, like, I'm still going to be here. And it's just, hopefully I can help you make it feel a little bit better. I just can't tell you if it's right for you to buy or sell or hold, and I would never want that responsibility. But I can tell you why it doesn't make sense to be fearful about this. And here's another individual who also has the emotions under control, it certainly seems. And I like this. There's a chart analyst named Income Sharks. And I've mentioned what he's been doing probably like twice, maybe 3 times on the channel ever. And I said that I'd bring it up from time to time. And it's worth bringing this up again. So this guy decided that over, I believe it was a 4-month period, he's going to spend $1,000 per day buying Bitcoin. And his expectation is that you're going to see markets pump in the 4th quarter of this year. And then he's planning on selling, basically doubling, his initial investment or somewhere there about it anyway. And he ended up for the month of September going from spending $1,000 a day to $2,000 a day, and then choosing to not purchase anything in October, with the rationale being that history shows that October's, it's got the nickname Uptober for a reason. It's usually it's the second best month historically in terms of Bitcoin performance, second only to November, with September being the worst month. So he's like, okay, well, historically September's the worst. So instead of purchasing $1,000 in October also, I'll purchase $2,000 worth of Bitcoin for that month of September. And then there you go. He's still spending the same amount of money, just in a different time period slightly. And he's looking to double this. So he shared this. He's very public about this. And I find it very interesting. And I thought you guys might too. We'll see what he does. And from time to time, I'll mention what happens with this guy's investment. But he's currently down a little bit. That does not mean anything. He's down 2.3%. So he spent a total of $123,000. The current value of the Bitcoin is $120,168.22. So I have a feeling like even if Bitcoin halved from this level, I do not suspect that he is the type that would, choose to start panic selling. I don't think that he's going to be selling Bitcoin at a loss. So if there's some sort of wild card macro event that does result in markets cratering, I don't think he's going to care. I just like I won't care. I genuinely won't. My net worth will go down a lot if that happens temporarily, and I'm just not going to care. As long as I've got money coming in, new money coming in from, like a career, then what the hell do I care if on paper it's something that I hold is worth less for some period of time relative to the United States dollar? As long as there's not a fundamental reason that the particular asset is now garbage, if it's just moving lower because stocks are moving lower and everybody's afraid, what the hell do I care? I'm not going to respond to that crap. That's a bunch of hoo-ha. And so there was this article, and I don't really want to read through this, but just pointing this out because there's so many articles about XRP. This one was from You Today titled, XRP price demonstrates extremely interesting action against Bitcoin during current drop. And a big part of what it points out here is that despite the fair bit recently in terms of Bitcoin price action and negative price action, XRP hasn't quite been responding the same as other altcoins. Not that it hasn't moved at all with the markets, but there have been a lot of times where like, man, Bitcoin's going down a little bit, and it's range bound too, mind you. I'm not saying it's not, it is. But even within that range bound, price movement and that level of volatility, XRP still just like, I kind of don't want to do what you're doing. It's interesting though, right? Because that's not necessarily what you typically see from XRP. You usually see it move a bit more in lockstep than you are seeing right now. And there's no shortage of speculation in terms of what this means, but I'm telling you, it is not common to see this level of social media activity speculating about what is imminently going to happen with the price action of XRP, and also crypto media writing about this. This is not normal. I've been in this almost 5 years. You see some kind of, bursts of like these periods of time where there's a bunch of articles having to do with XRP and, where's it going to go? This is rare though. I'm just telling you that. So take that for what it's worth. The charts are telling many analysts something's going to happen. And even if they use the word imminent, it doesn't mean today or tomorrow necessarily. Like I said at the outset of the video, I mean, even if 2, 3, 4 weeks sounds like a long time to you, in the scheme of things, it's actually not. So you don't know necessarily when you're finally going to get that move, but the anticipation is based on analysis here. So many are expecting something big is going to happen. Many are thinking it's more likely to be moving to the upside. But either way, here's a reasonable way to look at this investing in this asset class in a general sense. And there's a reason I want to share this. You'll see it's in line with a lot of what I've been saying, actually. So this is from the Daily Huddle titled, Bitcoin could be trading at generational bottom amid once-in-a-lifetime correction, according to analyst. Popular crypto analyst Cred says Bitcoin's price may have hit bottom at around $20,000 in a market correction driven by unprecedented factors. And in a YouTube market analysis, Cred says Bitcoin's trading price may not drop lower, but if it does, he says in the long term, it will not matter. And check out this quote. Tell me if this doesn't sound like what I've been saying for years on end here. Check this out. I think $20,000 is a good price. Is it necessarily the best price? No. Does it matter if it's the best price or not? Absolutely not. Like if you bought Bitcoin in 2018 at $6,000 and it broke down to $3,000, you probably felt like a complete idiot for buying at 6 and now it's at 3. However, you probably felt quite smart if you held and saw it go to $69,000. I think a similar analogy can be extended to kind of $20,000. It's a coin toss whether it's a generational bottom or not and where the market really ends up. But I think over a long enough time horizon, if you're right about crypto or if you care about crypto, you're probably not going to regret buying $20,000. It simply depends on your volatility and drawdown tolerance in the interim, end quote. Exactly. That's exactly correct. And I'm just taking it a step further by saying not only do I not care, but if we see that type of halving, just like he cited 2018, when Bitcoin went from 6,000 to 3,000, everyone's like, oh my gosh. And there were calls. I remember there were calls for Bitcoin going down to about $1,000, and we never saw that. Eventually a bottom actually does happen, folks. Spoiler alert, right? But still, going from 6,000, my God, half of what you just put in there, oh my God, I had an idea. See, I take it a step further than even that. Not only would I not feel like an idiot, I would be enticed to buy more. Because I don't believe for a moment. And look, and by the way, not only all of this, a part of what I don't really want to read the rest of the article, but part of what he ended up citing, there's quotes on this here. I'll put it on the screen if anybody actually wants to pause here and read this. But part of what he's saying here is, look, there's a lot of macro stuff going on here. You can think with the pandemic and, effectively, well, think about everything else that's happened. Printing the dollar into oblivion, right? Then the Fed hiking rates, like all this stuff here. All these weird things. And what's going to actually happen with the economy in a time like this? Tumultuous times, it's fair to say, right? And so part of what he's saying is, because look, on top of the fact that obviously market cycles exist and human psychology is largely at play, setting that aside, there's like the stream of events that are just so unlikely to have occurred in such a short time period. If it does push the stocks lower, and if it does push crypto markets even lower, like, do you really not see that as an opportunity? That's why he's saying, like, that's what he meant by when he says this could be a generational bottom. It's because it's not just about a market cycle necessarily. Maybe it is. Maybe. But what if things really do get way, way, way worse? The degree to which that represents opportunity, it's hard to overstate. That's crucial. So that's why for me, I am okay with letting inflation currently eat away at my United States dollars, because I want them ready at a moment's notice, because things happen fast in crypto. I don't want to worry about getting something from one place to another. I'm just sitting here like, no, I do not care. Especially understanding the hundreds, if not thousands of % gains that can be achieved by investing in crypto. And I've already invested in crypto. So if part of this is an opportunity cost and my United States dollars get eaten up and I never deploy them because we don't have these extra low bottoms, so be it. I'm not going to care. I think XRP is going to be worth a freaking fortune. I'd be surprised if it never hit a new all-time high. Same for HBAR or Algo, or pick your crypto. The market moves in tandem. And that doesn't mean that it will. And of course, I always acknowledge this too, investing in anything, especially crypto, which is highly volatile and invokes emotion, it's risky. It is risky. And I think most cryptocurrencies are going to go to zero over the long haul. But that's why I'm most interested in cryptocurrencies that solve problems. That's the reason I went so heavy into XRP. There's a reason that I've been purchasing HBAR. There's a reason that Google and Boeing and LG, they're interested, they're involved. I mean, they're a DAO. They're a decentralized autonomous organization. The governance council, like those are a few of the firms that are governing HBAR. They don't just jump at any crypto like that. And so I'm looking at this and I'm looking where problems are being solved and can be solved to greater degrees, and on what blockchains is that going to happen, and why is the coin actually useful? Like, asking myself all these questions, and when I find answers to where things make sense, then I get more interested than if it's just some random thing. Now, I have invested in some stuff that I think does go to zero at some point in the future. I was just like, I know right now the whole market moves in tandem, so I don't care. And if it doesn't work out well for me, maybe I lose all of that investment. Okay, fine. I don't know when the market's going to decide that utility sufficiently matters, but I'll make peace with that too. Like, I'm under no illusion that this is going to be some sort of clean and crisp, perfectly formulated, extravaganza investing in a crypto. I think it's going to be messy. I think it's going to be really messy. I do not believe that I'm going to be able to buy bottoms perfectly. I'm not under that illusion either. I do not believe that I will be able to buy tops, or sell tops rather. I could buy tops probably. No, no, I don't believe that I could sell tops. And that's why for me, it's about dollar cost averaging in, primarily what I've been doing for almost 5 years now. Just dollar cost averaging in. And then as things start to pump, my plan will be to finally start selling. But I haven't cashed out any of my cryptocurrency into United States dollars in my entire life. I never have. I fully intend to, but this is taking a little bit longer than would be optimal, would be ideal. But I don't care. I do not freaking care. I knew it could be a very, very, very long ride, and I'm here for it. I understand that most people can't handle that, and that's why they never get the life-changing wealth. So I'm just going to refuse to engage in those behaviors, those human behaviors that are barriers to achieving life-changing wealth. I just make myself aware of that, and then I don't have to do anything. It's the easiest damn thing on the planet, for me anyway. After I buy, I just don't do anything. It's the most unsophisticated approach on the planet. I freaking love it. It's right for me anyway. You do whatever you want. I'm not telling you what to do. That's what makes sense for me. But I'll go ahead and wrap up here. I'm not a financial advisor. You should not buy or sell anything because of anything that I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo.